because that, when I run out of voice here.
No, don't run out of voice.
Have a second for anyone?
Because you got a long speech to make after the thing.
I second it.
I second
Second by Sherry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. That will be you, Ben.
We got budget, finance, and audit.
The personnel.
Now we need Personnel Committee.
I move, just discuss at this point, that we appoint Sherry with, again, the same conditions that we put on Ben. And that is, as the time comes up to
She reach out.
participate, she reaches out and gets.
I think it's a fine idea.
I would like to mention that Marissa was on the last committee, and just so that there's some continuity, you know, with the way it was done, and she can maybe help explain that she'd be included on that.
Okay.
Are there duties or responsibilities written for these committees?
Other than a review for the deal. then
You
the
just,
reviews
when was the last one done?
When he read his contract.
October, so, we got 6 months more.
And prior to that, it was.
But it's pretty, there's some clarity there in the language. It's not.
And I think one of the important duties there would be in conjunction with the bi-yearly review of our.
The evaluation.
Yeah.
And I think the only other thing I can remember was, and this may have been just an individual, but the head of the personnel committee had a real hard spot for people getting an excused absence instead of just not showing up. And I think we have it in our bylaws, and basically, all we did in practicality was, if you're gonna be out of town or you're sick, you simply call me, and if that notice comes without you just not showing up for the meeting, that's an excused absence. So it's not a big deal.
So are you saying that the board members are considered personnel?
We don't draw a paycheck.
No, board,
I know, 'cause I
no,
thought
the
this
board
was just-
members.
I would
If
think
the
that
board
would
members didn't show
fall under
up.
the secretary more so than the personnel committee.
Yeah, because this personnel, I was thinking it was for
It was
employees such as
secretary.
yourself.
It was secretary, wasn't personnel.
Yeah, so if you're gonna
I think
do
the secretary
attendance,
would be the one to do the.
because there are.
And all that was is to keep people from serving that didn't show up to the meetings. You know, it just, if you're gonna be part of it, show up or call him if you're sick or whatever you're.
But it hadn't been a problem, and I doubt it'll be a problem here, so we'll just deal with it if it happens.
Well,
We've never
before we move
done
on
that
to that,
before.
I second Fred's motion if Sherry's up for taking on the personnel committee, chairman.
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well, I'll second Fred's
Again, with the
motion.
idea that you can reach out and
Yes,
inform a real committee.
yes, I will reach out
at
to
whatever point you
Marisa
need it.
We can meet at lunch or whatever and help you. to-
yep. Give you lunch?
No, we can meet at lunch.
Yeah, and I'm saying that because that would be.
Meet at lunch.
Oh, okay, as long
And
as you
again,
pay.
I'm saying that because that's part of the motion, it has to be.
Yeah.
part of
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Fred, and second by Ben. All those in favor? Opposed? Chair of the personnel committee.
Now we can talk about it. I guess it's just best practices, basically, is what it was. Just send an email out, hey, I'm not gonna be here. I mean, that's how it was before when I was.
Well, that would be for the secretary, right?
it. As long as you don't do it too often, right?
Exactly.
Well, I
You
think, I
can't
mean,
miss like 3 consecutive meetings in the bylaws.
yeah, I mean,
Or
if somebody gets a hold of
50%
Tommy
Yeah.
and says, hey,
Same thing.
It's only there for somebody not to be here that doesn't want to be here.
yeah.
Very well. Moving to item number 13.
We'll go hot fun.
Now, let me just say that I met Fred in the grocery store one day, and he said, I would volunteer to be this representative if I didn't have to be the chairman. Do you still feel that way, Fred?
I feel like I will be the nominee if you guys so decide. The other part is, okay.
I'll nominate Fred Gonzalez.
I second
I'll-
it.
End of discussion.
I'll deal with it as I get to it.
Yeah, good.
It's a hot fun.
Motion by Scott, second by Ben.
It's
All in
up to that
favor?
committee to
Aye.
nominate.
Look how he's dressed.
Opposed?
I mean, look at that. How could you
Fred,
not
you're the
be-
winner.
How could I not be the
Yeah.
We
president?
have an official FEDC member on that board.
Since Tommy don't want to do it anymore.
Don't send anybody to Livonia.
Man, I don't feel like a big man.
No, that's
anymore.
fine.
I
Sure.
did,
Sure.
right here.
Just don't revive the Goliath or Cantarana Park, right?
And
That's not.
very well.
I built the sign for that. Painted all the poles.
Okay, Tommy, discussion of item number 14.
Let's see what else. We're probably scrapping it.
You know, we didn't, you didn't have time to go through the book, but when you do, if you have a question, just give me a call. But I try to put that together where you pretty much know everything that's going on with the board and have it at your fingertips. You can keep that. And I think I have everyone's open meetings act, except Danny's, and I'll hopefully get that from the city secretary, so.
Everybody here is
Safe
completed
there.
the course.
Mr. Baker, does this include your job description? No.
I'm sorry.
I was looking to see if it included
Yeah, we
your
need to have
objectives,
that.
your job description, because
Maybe
Oh,
just
I
put
think
a
we all
copy
need
of
to
the
know.
job description.
Yeah, I'll.
would
do
you
that.
make a copy of that? Okay,
Sure,
thank you.
absolutely.
And is there,
In your work plan. I mean,
yeah, is there an evaluation that's used already that's?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So
I'd like
it's
to have a copy of that
just
also.
fill in the blank, and, you know, and it has specific things under each, so it's very organized.
So
Okay.
she's just requesting a copy of the job description and a copy of the.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, if we're gonna be doing evaluations, you need
Yeah.
those too, so.
You probably would like to have one of the last ones, probably too. for
Yes,
just
that would be
deadlines.
good.
Yeah, same thing, anytime if you could just let me know about when, you know, due to the budget, the finance, just some dates, so we have that to look forward to. So
Yeah.
I know how to reach out more in advance and properly plan to get people to help.
And Ben, as treasurer, you'll be a signatory on the checks.
I'll go back
And You've
down.
already got your, you know, you've been through that once, so.
I'll run over to Wells Fargo.
Very well, moving to item number 15. We have a well advisory towards January 15th. This is a discussion item, it's not anything to vote on. If everyone wants to just read that, have any questions, I would say about what's a little,
Well, he said that date was gonna change, so.
Yeah.
it's gonna be really,
Yeah, and this is, should be in each packet, but this is New Haven, grand opening this Thursday at 11:30. And, you know, it's just to the left of the Veterans Home. We sold, that was FEDC property, and I sold that to them about 2.5 years ago, and they built the first, one pod is memory care and one pod is assisted living.
And they came like 10 years prior and.
It was in the
walked
mail
away.
since 2009.
Yeah, they walked away and then they came back.
yeah.
When you say memory, is it like Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's.
Yes,
Okay.
it's really, it's a beautiful facility, if you haven't
They
been
did
there.
a good job.
Yeah, I'm talking, it's state of the art, I mean, they've taken everything from like places for the elderly to giving, like care for a baby and have a crib and things like that to, you know, they have a place where they can wash clothes and cook, it's really, really nice.
So it's already open?
Oh, yeah.
They had a soft opening, but this is like their grand opening.
Mhm.
If you haven't been by, there's probably one of the nicest places.
Discussion number 16, Directors Forum.
I have a few things I'd like to talk about. Initially, I'm gonna say in May or something, the Parks Board Committee or whatever it's called with this park back here wanted lights on the practice field for the football field, the other football field, so that they could practice at night. I think that was gonna cost somewhere around 25,000 up to 30,000.
Yeah, and so the lights for the football field is on the second part of the grant. We did schedule for Sean from Heartland to come and do, that's why we posted, because we didn't know if we were gonna have a forum, so we posted the city, meeting. He's coming on Wednesday. He also will be here on Thursday, so in case you can't make it on Wednesday, you can talk to him on Thursday to ask any questions.
But is that still in the works? I mean, I just thought because I saw the other lights up that
Yeah,
it
but
had gotten nicked in the budget.
No, it's the grant part. So,
Okay.
The second football field with the lights is on the grant part, we haven't started the grant part. Now,
Okay.
they're gonna be doing an archaeological dig, but the halls had got started first, so we have to address the
Yeah, I
halls
saw that.
issues that we're having there. I learned more about halls.
I think the only thing I see just
Big boys.
in working with construction is that some of the layout that they've done already, to where they have the field, they don't have the proper, like, if you're gonna lay a sewer line, you're gonna have to dig up some concrete, you know, if you're laying concrete, you don't have the lateral lines already put
That was the
in.
Olympics. It
And
was
then when you dig
yeah.
underneath, how does it compact, is it gonna crack later on? So we're making
Sports.
sure that if we're gonna do that,
Sports
like when they
farming.
when they lay that concrete, make sure that they're putting sleeves underneath so they can go through and it's
Placed.
compacted the right way for future growth.
Here's my baby.
Oh.
Because in the rebar size, it's not correct. I mean, they're only using like 3/4 inches, using 5/8. So I mean, the rebar size, I wanna make sure they're not,
That's definitely a detailed thing that we're gonna have
Sure.
Sean to answer those questions, I don't wanna.
but like who's overlooking on the, like the city side? I mean, in the past, we
Jake
would,
Rice.
Hayes Engineering has a review and
Mhm.
approved
Let's
it.
second this one
And
at a
in your packet, I believe,
Yeah.
there's
College Station.
there was a question about
And,
separating how much city's paid, and then
it was
there's
him,
the
my boy, he
invoices
broke
separately.
Yeah.
You'll have that
the
presented
record
for
for
him as
me.
well, but he'll be
And
here
then a guy came by and broke
here
his ride.
Wednesday, and then
But they're
again, if
both
you missed it,
so I
he
don't
also will be
think
here
we're
on Thursday, because he's presenting to the city council
Yeah.
as well.
And we did have on that,
He is-
that
he's a-
committee, it hadn't met
he's a
since
senior.
like July. But
He's
both
a-
of
Hayes
our
Engineering, where are they at?
representatives are no longer on the board, so we do need to maybe at the next meeting appoint 2 representatives to the Parks, Construction
come on
Committee.
Wednesday.
And then another thing is due to our budget and that we have a good healthy amount, to look at maybe doing a covered arena for rodeo events and other outdoor events, whether it be an outdoor concert or in conjunction.
Yeah, I think we
and,
get through, like, the big thing with this one is making sure we're on, I mean, we're like, they said we'll be done in August, so when they said March, end of March, I hear it.
We're trying to do March 24th, because that's not a date that we picked, that's a date that actually the baseball league, and I talked to Mr. Larry Lackey, this
Larkin.
morning, and he said he'll be at the meeting as well, so they have to move their dates to be able to have the opening for that. And I know 4A looked at that before, looking at the Roper Arena. We've talked to Richardson Brothers about sponsorship, because that's something that they want.
That's I mean, sponsorship, yes, but they're not gonna donate that kind of money. I'm talking about a facility that's covered, and it will cost probably $1 million to $1.2 million, but there's so many different uses that would complement this facility, the park, and it has the ability to easily draw 200 people a weekend to roping events, or rodeo events. And they're paying a fee to rent the facility, but we're not actually putting on like a Mayfest where we're putting
So really, you're asking
$20,000.
for, Scott, you're asking for like a.
No, I mean, I'm
No,
just,
future-
I'm,
no, future workshops on
Yes,
phase 3.
yes,
So
and
we
that's-
got-
that's
there's a
what I'm
part-
working-
The phase 2 is the grant, so what is
Yeah.
phase 3? What is
And,
that phase 3 look
And then
like?
once you establish that, we can go out and find funding and reference to.
EGB's a good with the tap for that. They do a lot of it.
Yeah,
San Antonio.
and, but I mean, I'm not talking about a $4 or $5 million deal. I'm not talking about a facility that has to be air conditioned or something like that. But I'm talking about something that we could have, I mean, everything from, I guess you call it beach volleyball, where they play in the sand or whatever, to flea markets under there, to rodeo events, of course, outdoor concerts, the ballet thing outdoors. I mean, there's many, many uses.
Well, I say
Yeah.
my suggestion, I think that's great, put on there, I say we state that, like, what do we gotta do to get past this project we're on right now?
Yes, and I understand that,
You know,
and
before we
I'm
start
not
thinking
trying to
about-
start
so right
tomorrow.
now, we can't, that'd be great, like phase 3, put on there like workshops for like what we
Mhm.
do and get done, but like, I think
It's just
more
fodder to
immediate-
think about.
Yeah, this
Future
is
work,
this
yeah.
is cannon fodder. This
Well,
isn't.
I do have to say now, this afternoon, you know, we've been talking about it at the last city council meeting, TxDOT has asked, and I know you all probably passed the construction on the way up here. TxDOT asked the city to close the entrance to where the pool is. And they have come back and said, you know what, we're gonna pass on that, let that stay open. Because we did find a loophole where they said that they can close it, but they'd have to pay for us to do the road. And they looked at how much it's gonna be for us to do the road.
Versus keeping it.
They said they just go ahead and keep it, so.
Yeah, plus it's outside city limits and,
No, it's not.
well, the old entrance wasn't.
They condemned that a long time ago because it
Okay.
was a problem.
Okay.
And so they're gonna keep this open, which was
Yeah.
one of my concerns, and you're right. We can definitely start planning that one when we do that, but please come and attend. Like I said, Sean will be here Wednesday and Thursday, so that we can get going, and hopefully we can figure out how much these halls are gonna cost us.
And that's this, with the red typing it, that's Wednesday, special meeting for us, and.
What time Thursday?
Council.
What time?
City council meeting?
What time?
6 o'clock.
Where, here?
Here.
Wednesday and Thursday.
It's usually it's in the room there.
But for our next regular meeting, so that we know what projects are coming out, because I'm not, I don't know, I need to be educated about what's outstanding and how much we don't anticipate owing on those projects, so that we can plan and make
Yeah.
a wish list. So can we do that kind of thing, put that on the
Yeah.
agenda?
Well, we
And whether
have
we do
a,
something downtown, you know, and in the past, we talked about
Yeah.
sidewalks. And then
Yeah.
if you bring back some, I think other future workshops that I wanted to bring up is, in that parks thing, if you go through there and you go step by step by each park, it tells you, this park is not ADA compliant like the Masonic Park because they didn't have a concrete pathway down to a picnic table. So what does it cost to just put a concrete pathway down there? And we make sure every park is ADA compliant, it's up to code, so we just tackle it a little bit at a time. We don't have to go
Yeah.
through these grandiose projects right now, so we did a big project. So moving forward, what do we do to help the Pecan Park become ADA compliant? I know it says right now it's not because there's not a concrete pathway to a place where someone could wheelchair out to a picnic table. So what do we do to make those small things and small increments, like y'all talked about earlier, and make some leeway on that, some headway, I mean, not leeway, but headway on that?
Well, you have one person on your board that actually sits on the 4A, and
Yeah.
at the 4A meeting, they talked about having some joint workshops to do some brainstorming,
Yeah.
just what you're talking about, this type of thing.
well, but the
Because we
4A
need-
is a convention center.
The
not-
4A, but that's 4A land.
Yeah, and I understand that about the covered arena, but there's so many other things that, I mean, yeah, at some point, but I'm talking that's something to slowly
We can have a guideline.
get, you know, because that's not something we can put together in a year.
Well, like,
But-
It took us 10 years for the park.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is to get it out there and, yeah.
And we're not.
And,
Well, like-
but there's a lot of other things, just like.
making sure we build things appropriately. Like some of the-
10 years and muchos canas.
That's what elementary school did
And, but you know, like the lights and there's a whole lot of little things that we need to make sure that, because it was a big issue to Bronson Fuller to have lights, because they weren't gonna have enough practice time.
Yeah,
I think the idea that Scott has is to bring people into our
Yes.
community.
yeah.
Because I mean, if we can bring 200 people, then a weekend.
We
you
talked
know,
about that, like with that big old water draw, like how do you take the water off there and put that back to where we have a nice place like a catch and release pond or some things like that, so we can make some different draws along
At
with.
the kitty park or doggy park.
No,
No,
the
that'd be-
back over here by your rotary arena with that big.
Oh, that lake down
That big
there?
old hole, yep.
It's gotta be- it's gotta
That's
be
where the
seen.
hall's hanging out.
Because Mr. Holman said that that thing used to hold water, it just needed a little bit
That's
of
where the
dam
halls are
thing.
hanging, that's where they're coming
So,
from.
yeah, so if you put.
I'm just scared somebody drowned down there. Right?
On this item here, I was thinking, and I don't know how fast we can get to that, but we need to get to it. I think we ought to have a workshop that looks at something like objectives for the year for us
Yeah.
to follow. I think, you know, we're pretty good at doing the job over here, but it would be a lot better if you could have a roadmap.
I like your second wish list.
Yeah, like
It-
businesses,
it
we
needs
wanna
to
bring-
encompass more than just recreational
What
things. We need to
businesses
look
count?
at business things too.
Right now, we got a.
In general terms, you know, for example.
Social club.
We don't wanna do, you know, vote on something that's still not there.
Oh,
But for us
yeah.
to follow a road plan, like doing maybe the, what do we call it, ADA compliances, senior apartments, or things that we know we need to do in order to don't get off the track. Let's have a workshop early enough so that we can plan for the year.
Things
We
that
can
are
get some of the
essential
other-
to
And
the
can we
Yeah.
bring people in like Bill Osborne and say, you know, you've been selling land here, what are your recommendations of people that have looked here but gone away? You know, we know it's Wi-Fi and stuff like that, some of it, but what are some other things? You know, is it more buildings? So maybe that's a thing we have to do, is what do we do to get landowners enticed to build more retail strip centers along the highway?
I would recommend we have a meeting like that pretty soon, January,
So
February.
we can
gotta
bring
be
this,
some-
yeah.
I would say between now and the next meeting.
Yeah, everybody needs to kind of brainstorm and put your ideas down, your thoughts, we
Yeah,
can bring
yeah.
on.
And again, they don't
Think
have to be
tank.
fully developed, we can do that in the
Is that a
workshop.
motion
Yes, it is.
on this action, on the director form?
Yes, to have a workshop to do essentially what I've been.
Fred,
doing.
who's gonna be in the workshop? Just the board?
Yeah.
Just the board, yeah.
We're just doing a thing.
For us, to set our goals and
And this
objectives.
is just what it says, workshop,
Yeah.
brainstorming, do whatever, you know, get on the board, do whatever, and then come up with solid objectives.
But I think
And kind
I
of a
would like for
timetable on
everybody
those,
to
timetable
brainstorm
on those,
about business stuff.
Priorities and so on.
Business,
What,
parks, everything.
what's the organization you joined, with the industrial or something this past summer?
San Antonio Manufacturers Association.
Yeah, and he joined that this year, and maybe, you know, get him in more of those things where he's seen around or something.
Good.
And
Or they can come to the workshops, invite some of those people to come talk at the workshop.
Yeah,
And say, hey,
and,
what do you recommend we can do to help promote our city?
Would that be
What?
in the line of a SWOT analysis? You talk about your strength, your weaknesses.
well, I don't want to get that.
Well, in other words, what businesses do we need to bring to
Yeah.
Floresville?
What do we,
That's the-
what do we like,
what
what do we
hours is
need?
leaving Floresville?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
not only that, what can be done to help a business grow,
Right.
to expand more and bring, you know,
And
I mean, a
give
business
ourselves
may be able to tell us, hey,
enough
look,
time to really
if we could get
brainstorm
this,
instead of just
if I
coming in
could
with
get
ideas.
three-phase
Just all we
electric
need
or
to have.
or
And
whatever.
do categories, you
Yeah.
know.
We do have a deal that we had paid for, and you have it somewhere in the files. I'm
Yeah,
sure,
that
but
guy at the very beginning that.
Did it analysis about how many dollars are leaving Floresville?
And what
and
businesses?
For what they are.
Yeah.
Whether it be clothes, food, this, that's a bit.
Can you find that and bring it, Tommy?
I
to that?
think that's in your book.
The retail code?
This one?
under,
The retail codes, that was it, retail codes.
Retail, there's a
Did we get
plan,
anything out of the
and
retail
it's called
code?
leakage,
Mhm.
and it's
A
how
big
many
bill.
dollars
Big bill.
Like
we're
they're
leaking.
Yeah.
Retail is going
I
somewhere
think
Retail
else.
he
trade
was like
area?
10,
Yeah.
He wanted 15 when he
And,
stopped.
For the third time.
One of the things-
Incidentally, that's not a CNA, but we can do that without necessarily
Yeah.
voting on it.
Sure.
One of the comments that we, or things we should put on our workshop is our downtown during the holiday season. I think we can improve on that.
Okay.
And something I would like to bring up on the sidewalks downtown, as far as that idea. There are some issues downtown with the sidewalks. Some of them are old, but the problem is that those buildings are built at this elevation and the street is at this elevation, and you're not gonna close the gap.
Well, I know Stockdale did a sidewalk grant. I mean, there's some things Tommy can look into for us, and maybe he
But-
can meet with economic
But
development. in
what I'm
Stockdale.
saying is that you have an elevation gap, and if you raise the street, you have to go how many streets down fixing elevation, which throws out everybody's driveways, and how do you lower a building?
What's gonna happen there when we?
You know,
tear-
and so
tear
it's-
those,
it's-
uh,
you're kinda-
streets apart?
New concrete's not gonna fix
Well, what
that.
if-
We're gonna tear downtown the streets.
Friends, let's have a.
Senior
Well, we need
citizens
some-
cannot
some
get down
parking
from those
things,
high
and so-
elevations.
Yes, and
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
come
we
to
can
your meeting and
do
tell
something
you
for
about
that,
that.
but
You could ask for money.
repouring the entire sidewalks.
We still need to vote on Fred and Ben's motion.
Well,
Yes.
it's really not a
It's not
CNA,
ours.
so.
But
Yeah.
we need to
Fred
do
and
it.
Ben, something
Yeah,
between
plan
now
it.
and the next meeting.
But I would suggest, we
get
kind of
some-
loaded with ideas.
What's a good day people can
And
meet?
Decide
give
on
us
the date.
enough
During the day
time,
and
Ray, give us
afternoon.
enough time for us to
5:30.
bring it
Yeah,
out.
5:30 on
Come
what?
in here.
In the morning?
I'll start in the morning.
No,
I'm
no.
up at that time.
But
Saturday morning.
I don't know.
Not 5:30 on a Saturday morning.
Nah, but I mean,
But what you bring with you makes a big difference, because even if we have enough time, we can't do it all here.
Yeah.
Gotta have some ideas come in. Right?
So someone
Nothing hurts to share ideas.
Let's decide on the
You might
date
even
first,
throw 'em
then we
in.
can
What
decide.
day works for everyone? Everybody get their calendarios?
Calendarios. It's right here.
My schedule's gonna be shifting because of treatment, so I can't give up.
Make sure you call in.
Oh, yeah, don't
They
think
have,
that's what
I have stock shows coming up, and so my time gets kind of for the next month.
Our next board meeting is February 12th. It's the second Monday of each month.
So, somewhere in between.
What if we did it a week
Part of
before?
January, somewhere in there.
So if it's the 12th, the 5th, or
Can
something
we
like
have it on the
that.
5th
Of what?
of February?
Don't look at me, whatever you guys decide is fine.
Yeah, I mean, February 5th.
Second Wednesday.
What day is that?
What day is it on?
It's on a Monday.
Yeah, Mondays are good.
And what's, anybody venture a time?
Somebody said 5:30, I can make any time, but some of you guys work, so it's.
5:30
5:30 is good
I
time.
can do that.
Can you get back, what is it?
I
PM?
can, I can try.
Yes.
No, no, in the morning.
She gets up with the chickens, I don't do the
I'm
chicken.
out there at 9 too.
But again, you know, like, I'm pretty.
I got 3 more to be ready. I'm
All right, so is that a working meeting, because you know, you need to feed people if you're gonna be meeting people at dinner
5:30.
hour, and you're gonna be meeting for 2 hours, 2.5
They
hours.
can stop
You
it.
out there?
Tommy's cooking, what are you cooking, Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy's barbecuing.
Some hot dogs.
Mini burgers.
Sandwiches will be fine.
Is that on his work plan?
Yeah.
Is that on his work plan? Can we evaluate him on how good the food was?
Yeah. That's on his evaluation. So we need a motion to adjourn.
Yep.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Second.
Aye. Any team?
Anyway, good meeting.
This is, I'm wishing him a picture.
Good meeting.